Hello everyone, welcome you all in my YouTube channel. This is the ninth video of the series AZ-900 exam. Moving towards questions, you have been informed by your superiors of the company's intentions to automate the server deployment to Azure. There is, however, some concerns that administrative credentials could be uncovered during this process. You are required to make sure that during the deployment, the administrative credentials are encrypted by using a suitable Azure solution. And solution provided is you recommend the use of Azure Information Protection. Does this solution meet the goal? No, it should not be meet the goal, so it should be no. Coming to the question number 112, same question, but the solution provided is different. You recommend the use of Azure Multi-Factor Authentication, that is MFA. Does this solution meet the goal? It should also not be meet the goal, so it should also be no. Coming to the question number 130, Azure pay-as-you-go pricing is an example of CapEx. Paying electricity for your data center is an example of OpEx. Deploying your own data center is an example of CapEx. So correct options will be Azure pay-as-you-go pricing is an example of CapEx, it should be no. Paying electricity for your data center is an example of OpEx, it should also be no. Deploying your own data center is an example of CapEx, it should also be yes. Coming to the question number 140, building a data center infrastructure is an example of OpEx cost, that is operational expenditure cost. Monthly salaries for technical personnel are an example of OpEx cost. Leasing software is an example of OpEx cost. So correct options would be building a data center infrastructure is an example of OpEx cost. It should be no, because it is an example of CapEx cost, that is capital expenditure cost. Monthly salaries for technical personnel are an example of OpEx cost. It should be yes. And leasing software is an example of OpEx cost. It should also be yes. Coming to the question number 115, your company plans to migrate to Azure. The company has several departments. All the Azure resources used by each department will be managed by a department administrator. What are the two possible techniques to segment Azure for the department? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. So we have to find the two correct segments, two correct possible techniques, and two among option A, multiple subscription, option B, multiple Azure AD directories, option C, multiple region, and option D, multiple resource group. And correct options would be option A, multiple subscription, and option D, multiple resource group. Coming to the question number 116, which Azure service should you use to collect events from multiple resources into a centralized repository? Option A, Azure Event Hub. Option B, Azure Analysis Services. Option C, Azure Monitor. And option D, Azure Stream Analytics. And correct option is option A, Azure Event Hub. Coming to the question number 117, this is a general statement and question started from here. You are planning a strategy to deploy numerous web servers and database servers to Azure. This strategy should allow for connection type between the web server and database server to be controlled. And solution provided is you include NSG, network security groups, in your strategy. Does this solution meet the goal? And it should be yes. Coming to the question number 180, an Azure administrator plans to run a PowerShell script that creates Azure resources. You need to recommend which computer configuration to use to run the script, and solution provided is run the script from the computer that runs Linux and has Azure CLI tool installed. Does this solution meet the goal? And it should be no. Coming to the next question, solution is different, but the question is same. Run the script from a computer that runs Chrome operating system and use Azure Cloud Shell. Does this solution meet the goal? And it should be yes. Coming to the question number 120, you have an Azure web app. You need to manage the setting of web app from an iPhone. What are the two Azure management tools that you can use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Option A, Azure CLI. Option B, Azure Portal. Option C, Azure Cloud Shell. Option D, Window PowerShell. Option E, Azure Storage Explorer. And correct options would be option B, Azure Portal, and option C, Azure Cloud Shell.